What's up guys, it's your finance boy PV Rajan. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all things real estate, personal finance, and entrepreneurship. And today we're going to be talking about how to estimate renovation costs. Let's go. Let me start off by saying construction is the biggest pain in the ass when it comes to being a real estate investor. I don't like fixing things myself. I don't like dealing with contractors. I don't like designing. I just don't enjoy any of it. However, in order to be a successful real estate investor, you need to be good at this, and it's going to be one of the key skills you need to develop. Very often, I estimate my renovation costs for a potential deal by just looking at the pictures. I simply don't have time to just walk through every single property I want to make an offer on in order to come up with a renovation budget. So therefore, it's very important to learn how to do renovation estimations just strictly based on pictures. So in order to do this, I use what I call the price per square foot method. So essentially, by using this method, I can estimate what the renovation budget is going to be based on the amount of work that needs to be done. So before I get into the details, I want to make one thing clear. This is strictly for estimating purposes only. So if you actually get the deal under contract or are very close to getting under contract and it's one that you're going to pursue, I for sure would recommend walking through the property with a GC, even 3 GCs if you could. That way you'll be able to get a good idea of what the cost is and also see things that you may have missed using their expertise. So there are a lot of factors that are going to affect how much you budget per square foot. The first thing is going to be your market. Obviously, if you're investing in Toronto, New York, California, some of those more higher upscale markets, your costs are going to be higher than some of the lower end, less expensive markets. So make sure you factor that in. The next thing is going to be the age of the home. If you're buying a home from the 1900s versus a home from the 2000s, there's going to be a drastic difference in what your renovation budget is going to look like. For example, a 1900 home, you're likely going to have to gut everything and change the electrical, change the plumbing, and everything in between. Versus with the 2000s home, in most cases, you don't need to touch the electrical, you don't need to touch the plumbing. It's going to be more cosmetic renovations and sprucing the place up and making it modernized. The final thing is, who's doing the construction? Are you going to be using a licensed contractor? Are you going to be using an unlicensed contractor? Are you going to do the work yourselves? Are you going to be the general contractor who subcontracts to various trades to get the project done? The answer to those questions is drastically going to affect your price per square foot, so keep that in mind when using this method. All of that being said, I'm going to give you the numbers which I see in my local market, which I primarily invest in, which is in Ontario, so the GTA, as well as parts of southwestern Ontario. Okay, so the first one is going to be the lipstick reno. So this is a place which is already in decent shape, a little bit outdated, and you're going to take this property and spruce it up. So that means you're not doing any plumbing work, you're not doing any electrical work. It's all going to be cosmetic in nature. So when it comes to a lipstick renovation, I estimate $15 per square foot when budgeting for the renovation. So this is going to include things like a brand new fresh coat of paint for the entire place, new LVT or laminate or tile flooring. Instead of breaking down the showers and putting new tiles, you're going to simply re-glaze the tiles to make them brand new. Maybe you have some cabinets that are outdated or kind of that old oak style which was popular in the early 2000s. Instead of replacing the cabinets, you're going to paint over them and change the handles to be brand new and give it a more modern look. So things of this nature, which is what's going to justify that $15 per square foot budget, but also really spruce up the place and make it look nice. So this is the definition of a lipstick model, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to change every single thing in the house. This is going to be, again, for those newer 2000s homes, which have outdated finishes, but now you're going to modernize the place and spruce it up. The next level would be the interior remodel, and I'm going to budget this at $30 per square foot. So this would include changing everything inside the house, which is cosmetic in nature. So brand new floors, brand new showers, brand new kitchen cabinets, brand new washroom vanities, all of that stuff. Again, we're staying away from changing the electrical, changing the plumbing, new ACs. Any of those other bigger ticket items are not included in this. It would just be $30 per square foot to change cosmetic things in nature. By the way, if you're getting value out of this video, hit the subscribe button because I got a few more things I want to share with you. So the next level up would be the full rehab, and I'm going to price this at $40 per square foot. So this would include everything we talked about in the previous level, changing the complete interior as well as updating the exterior as well. So we would add maybe painting on the outside, some landscaping work on the outside as well. So with $40 per square foot, you'll be able to get all of the interior finishes done and some of the exterior finishes as well. Now, the other big ticket items now we're gonna have to identify and add on separately. So let's say you need a new AC, budget an extra $5,000. You need a new furnace, extra $5,000. You need a new roof, extra $7,000. Each of these bigger high ticket items, we're gonna add between the $5,000 to $7,000 range. Are all of these things gonna be $5,000? No, some are gonna be a little less, some are gonna be a little more, but we wanna do a high level estimate capturing these costs so we can decide with these costs factored in, is it still a good deal or not, and should I offer on it or not? Now, for example, let's say I have a property that's 1,000 square feet and I know it needs a full interior rehab. I'm gonna do 1,000 square feet times $40 per square foot. That's gonna be $40,000. Plus, I know it needs a new roof, so I'm gonna add $7,000 to that cost, and now my budget is gonna be $47,000. So this is how I estimate renovation costs on properties here in the GTA. If it's a property I have under contract, or I know I'm very close to making a strong offer on it, I will walk through the property with the GC to get a more tight-knit renovation budget and understand exactly what the costs are going to be. And this way, I'm able to analyze and offer on way more deals. I don't have to walk through every single property in order to make an offer, and I'm also able to save my GC's time. If I'm getting my GC to walk through 20 properties a week and we're only offering and purchasing one of them, he's gonna get real tired of me real quick and move on to the next person. So you wanna be mindful of their time and your own time, being able to analyze more deals and make more offers without having to do a walkthrough on every single one. Okay, now that we've talked about the price per square foot, let's talk about adjustments. These are the numbers that I'm using in my market, and I know other flippers in my market, I know other real estate investors in my market who have similar numbers. However, that doesn't mean that the same numbers are gonna work in your market or the same numbers are gonna be applicable to you. You can use the same type of system, but you're gonna have to use adjustments specific to your market. So a lot of you may be wondering, I'm nowhere fucking close to these numbers. My contractor's quoting me $80 a square foot, $90 a square foot, $65 a square foot. How are you getting these numbers? The answer could be it's as simple as you don't have the right contractor, or maybe it's just extremely expensive in your market. Maybe to do the same things I do in my market at $40 a square foot, in your market, contractors want $80 a square foot or $90 a square foot. So that's a reasonable possibility as well. And again, you have to budget using the method and adjusting your numbers accordingly. Or you're dealing with a contractor who's charging you retail prices. So what I mean by retail prices is if you weren't an investor and you were just hiring a retail contractor to come into your personal home and renovate the place and make it look nice, typically those contractors, even in my market, are charging 70 bucks a square foot, 80 bucks a square foot. Some of the really luxurious ones are even 200 bucks a square foot. If you're getting quotes in that range for contractors, you likely are working with retail contractors and are paying retail pricing. So if you're talking to contractors, you got to let them know that you're a real estate investor and you don't pay retail contractor pricing. For working with you, they're going to make money on volume of transactions versus the margin on the transactions. So you're going to be paying $40, $50 a square foot for work, but they're going to be doing it on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 deals versus just the one deal at $80 to $90 a square foot. So that's what you need to explain if you're going to work with any contractor, especially if you want to be a real estate investor and do real estate investing rehab/renovations. So if you got great value out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. While I'm at it, go ahead and follow me on the socials. I'm active on there daily and posting all kinds of different content. I'll see you guys in the next one.